Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is 64-Bit Rick, and in today's video we're going to be building a Japanese cherry blossom starter base. And if it's anything like the last Japanese build, it's going to be a banger. Let's get to it. Alright, it's good to be back building again. Today's build comes from a gentleman by the name of, is it Stevler or Stevler? Guys, it's a little embarrassing when you get the name wrong. I'm gonna screw it up either way, so we'll just use both throughout the video. The name of the tutorial that we'll be doing today is called How to Build a Japanese Cherry Base by Stevler or Stevler. As always, the link is in the description. If after you've watched this video and you think, yep, that's something I want to build, go check out his channel. You can't go wrong. There's this tutorial and a whole lot more there. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, first of all, welcome. Glad to have you aboard. If you like what you see, give it a like, that'd be great. And just a heads up guys, this is not a tutorial, this is just me doing a tutorial, and I'll let you know what I think of it at the end. If it's a banger, I'll say so. If it sucks, I will tell you. But spoiler alert, I'm not going to waste my time or yours with tutorials that suck. As I've already mentioned, today's build will be a cherry blossom build, which means we're going to be adding to the cherry blossom forest village. You know what? One day it's going to be a village. Right now it's a house. It's a really nice house designed by Mr. Matt Ranger. I just love saying that name. Also, I made this bridge. Did it myself, and I'm bloody proud of it. I love this bridge. Anyway, here's the layout of the build that we're going to be building. Today we're going to be building a 3-story house with an outdoor area, which in my opinion is perfect for a starter base. Just before we get started, here's a glimpse. Right over there in the horizon, you can just see a little something I'm working on. More on that one later. Let's get started on this Japanese starter base. We're going to start the build by laying down a layer of polished andesite, which will end up being the floor for the basement of sorts. I don't know if it's a basement, but it is a floor. The next morning we're going to make a front wall out of stone bricks, which are going to be 4 blocks high. We're going to run that along the entire front of the building. However, we will skip every second block except for the top and the bottom, creating these windows. We're going to make these windows a lot smaller by putting upside down stairs and stairs in these gaps. With our little windows done, we add 2 layers of stone. Then we add some more stone here, here and here. On top of those we add some stone stairs. And on the other side of those windows we add stone slabs. Moving on to the right hand side of the building, we're going to repeat the same process as we just did. G'day mate. And we'll also repeat that wall once again on the back of the building. I get up at the crack of dawn to start work, but this mongrel's waiting for me. Piss off, dickhead. Time to build an inner wall. We're going to build this wall 3 blocks high, and it's going to be basically the front of each of the rooms. It'll make sense, trust me. Then we'll use polished andesite to run along the length of that wall. Then we'll whack some upside down stone brick stairs on both sides of the entrances like so. Then we add a stone brick wall right down the middle of the 2 rooms, and once again polished andesite for the top. Along the edge of the floor we're going to add stone blocks. We'll fill in the right hand side here with stone bricks and add a cherry door. Then we'll fill in the other side with stone bricks as well. It's already looking like a basement. There's our corridor and our 2 rooms from above. Looks like a dungeon. Not that I'd know what a dungeon looks like or anything, you know. We use polished andesite slabs for the roof. Alright, it's time to build a front wall and a small staircase, which will lead into the outdoor area, and we do this with stone blocks and stone slabs. Nothing fancy with our staircase, we simply use stone slabs to build our way to the top, and then we add some more slabs on each side. Like I said, nothing fancy but effective nonetheless. Time to make some pillars for the entrance here. We're going to be using cherry logs. It wouldn't be much of a bloody cherry blossom base if we weren't using cherry wood. The next morning the rain has finally stopped, so we can have a look at our progress so far. We whack a couple of logs at the front of the base here. Then we fill in the center with calcite. We leave a 2-block gap in the middle for a cherry stair, a fence and a trapdoor on top. Then we add cherry slabs along the front, cherry fences on the side and upside down stairs on top of those. Then we'll whack a couple of pots on the slabs and drop some cherry saplings in those. Up until this point I'd managed to avoid the mobs quite nicely, but out come these dickheads. Sorry fellas, I got work to do. You both need to piss right off. No one ever accused me of being very bright. I should have made a runner for the house, but I didn't do that. I wanted to see how the doors look, and next thing you know, I'm back in the thick of it. Here comes buffhead number 1, you're getting slapped. Sorry lady, but you're getting slapped as well. Do I go for the house? That would have been the smart thing to do, but like I said, not very bright. For some reason, I think I need to deal with this skeleton. Mate, just go for the house now. Turn around, go for that house. No. Not the zombie, the bloody house. The next morning wasn't any bloody better. Mobs everywhere once again. At least now they're burning. They shouldn't take too much to get rid of. I don't know what she's meant to be. Now there's bloody creepers everywhere. And these zombies still think it's bloody Christmas. Alright, with all that out of the way, let's get back to work. It's time to build a few walls for this outdoor area. Otherwise, the creepers will just walk right in and blow the whole place to smithereens. Once again, we're going to be using cherry logs for some pillars, and we'll put some facing forward at the base. Then we'll join them all up with cherry planks. In between the pillars, we'll add our calcite once again. We'll repeat the same pattern as we did before with our stairs, our fences, trapdoors and upside down stairs. Finish it off with a few pots and a couple of saplings and we're good to go. Moving on to the inside, it's time to make a raised floor out of polished andesite, as well as some stone stairs that will lead to the basement area. We'll fill this entire area with polished andesite, and we'll fill up the end with stone blocks. Then it's just a matter of repeating the same wall as we just made on the left hand side of the building, which looks just like this. Back to the front of the building, it's time to work on this entranceway. After joining up the pillars with cherry logs, we add upside down stairs to each end. Then we fill in the rest with cherry trapdoors. Back underneath, we place a couple of cherry stairs to each side and a cherry slab to join them up in the middle. Underneath those, we place upside down stairs and a trapdoor in the middle. To finish off this entranceway, we're going to be using polished deep slate on top. First, we'll fill in the inside with polished deep slate blocks. Around the edges, we'll use slabs. Then by using placeholder blocks and a bit of stuffing around, we end up with floating corners just like this. The next morning, this guy scared the bejesus out of me. Made me, pee a little in my pants. Anyway, let's finish this roof off so we never have to mention it again. Like ever. We lay down slabs in the middle, a stair at each end, and here is the result. Every good starter base needs a tower, so we're going to build one out of cherry logs and calcite. I'm sure there's a better way of getting down, but I just keep falling. Look, it's the fastest way in the end. I've got feather falling and mending on everything, so it's all good. Look, if I was good at Minecraft, I'd be doing speed runs, but here I am, I'm building, alright? It's what I can do. Speaking of building, our tower's looking pretty good, so it's time to work on the top. First we add upside down stairs to each side, then a slab in the middle, one level above, cherry logs on those upside down stairs, and a couple of buttons on the logs. We need to get to the top of this bloody thing, so it's time to add a ladder. Once we get to the top, I add another 4 blocks of calcite, an upside down stair at the top and one at the bottom, and then a couple of trapdoors on either side of it. This Enderman looked at me funny. It wasn't the other way around, I can assure you. And this goofy looking Santa just had to get in the way. Now look at this lovely princess. No, she's not a bloody princess at all, mate. She is an awful bloody witch. Don't be fooled. Where were we? That's right. We need to add a couple of fences, and that's the first two sides done. On the other side of the tower, we do the same thing, except we use cherry logs. On each corner, we add a crimson fence and a lantern. For the roof, we're going to be using polished deep slate again, and Stevler is not going to make it easy for me, that's for sure. Bloody skeletons. I thought I was safe at the top of this tower, but apparently I'm not. I'm not bloody safe anywhere around here. Why do I do this in survival? I do not know. So what I should have done right then is just made a beeline for the building and gone to sleep, but that's not what I did. No, what I did instead is pick a fight. I pick a fight with bloody everyone. Rick, what are you bloody doing right now? Look, this is like the Wonder Woman scene. This is exactly the same, right? Wonder Woman's going through no man's land. This is my no man's land. That's what it is. Bloody mobs everywhere. How you going, champ? Don't worry, mate. We're good. All right, enough with the nonsense. We're using polished deep slate stairs to build up our roof. We'll put an upside down stair in the middle and a slab on top. We'll throw a couple of placeholders underneath so we can put these stairs facing each other. We'll just piss off these placeholders. We don't need them anymore. Then we'll run the stairs along the edge of the tower, and when we get to the other side, we'll repeat the same process again. We'll join everything up with slabs on top, and we'll run crimson stairs along the inside of the roof. And that'll finish off our tower. Let's have a quick squiz before we move on. Not too shabby. Before I knew it, it was nighttime once again, and look at these buggers climbing all over my brand new house. These bloody pricks are everywhere. I can't move 5 feet without the buggers getting in my way. I'm sorry, mate, but you all got to get slapped. The next morning, it was time to lay down some crimson planks around the entire outside wall. Then we throw some slabs around the edge of that, and one more layer just for good measure. And here's the result right here. Hey, comment below if you think crimson roof is better than cherry, or vice versa. What do you reckon is better for these builds? On the inside, we add another layer of crimson slabs. Then I hear this annoying sound coming from the basement. Mate, you can't live in here. You just can't, all right? This isn't your house. Get out. It's time to build a pillar, and mate, you don't belong here either. You and your mate, you can both piss right off. All right, where were we? Pillars, that's right. Cherry pillars. There's 4 of them. Let's join them up at the bottom with stripped cherry logs, and once again we'll be using calcite in the middle. We leave a spot for a couple of windows and a door in the middle. Let's add some upside down cherry stairs, some cherry fences in the windows, and a cherry door can go right in the middle. A couple of upside down stairs followed by some cherry fence gates to join them all up. Some crimson stairs which we'll join up to the slabs that we laid down earlier. And it's time to go home and get some sleep. Cannonball! Definitely not my best effort. After some well-deserved sleep, it was time to build some stairs leading into the main house. We're going to do that with some stone blocks on the edges and polished andesite stairs for the stairs. We're going to whack a stone brick wall along each of the edges, and right in the middle we'll slap a lantern on either side. Looks good. We're back to the front of the building right now. We're going to add cherry logs facing outwards and a button on each of them. We'll join them up once again with cherry slabs. Same as earlier, we're going to lay down stripped cherry logs along the floor, calcite for the walls, pillars from cherry logs, polished deep slate wall here and here, with a crimson fence in between, and an upside down cherry stair on top. Upside down cherry stairs on the windows as well as fences underneath. I'm pushing my luck being out here at night time, so I'm gonna head back to the house. It doesn't take long for a spider to spot me, but I give him a good slap across the face. Look mate, I don't know why you're so angry. You might want to invest in some anger management, I don't know, might help you, might not. Speaking of someone who needs anger management, this lanky buffhead could definitely use some. It looks like this dickhead's carrying a recipe book for pork, so he's getting slapped. The next morning I eradicate the spider problem and get back to work. Let's start by adding some grass blocks to the balcony, and we'll throw in a cherry slab in between. Cherry trapdoors on all the grass blocks. Then we decorate all those grass blocks with orchids and tulips and lilies and all that good stuff. We put cherry fence gates between all the upside down stairs, and that'll do the front wall. I'm just about to finish the rear wall here, and this happens. Turns out mobs have made themselves at home in my base. This zombie's just walked straight in the front door like he owns the joint. Then this sneaky bugger tries to slide in the back door. Turns out the Enderman's too tall to walk through the entrance. Sucks for you, I guess. You as well, you smelly bastard. With that last skeleton out of the way, I head for the other building to get some shut-eye. Do you think that could happen? No, it couldn't. Bloody mobs everywhere. Skeletons, spiders, zombies, you name it, they're all out tonight. Some of them have even dressed up for the occasion with a nice gold armor and their ugly Christmas sweaters, but that's not going to help them. They're all getting slapped, and then I'm going to bed. The next morning, I check out all my goodies I collected from the night, and I got the trick-or-treat bag, which has given me an enchanted golden apple. Finally a win from one of these. That's good. I did say I was close to finishing that wall, and that was literally all I had left. As you can see, all 4 walls are done, and our starter base is starting to look more like a starter base. Alright, we're working on the right hand side of the building. We're going to build 3 pillars with stripped cherry logs, and we're going to put a ladder into the middle one. Then we're going to split this large room into 2 smaller rooms, with one being just a storage room, again using calcite for the walls. And then for the pillars in the middle, we'll be using cherry logs. Then we're going to run cherry planks on top of the wall that we've just created. Like we've done previously, we add upside down stairs and fences into the windows. For the entrance into the storeroom, we're going to whack a stair in each corner. Then we'll throw a cherry door underneath and a trapdoor on top of that. Feeling very satisfied with the work that I've put in today, I head for home to have a bit of a rest. Do a little bit of house cleaning outside, nothing major, just getting rid of a few pests here and there. Before I know it, there's bloody creepers everywhere, so I get the hell out of there. The next morning, I fill in the roof with cherry slabs. Then using cherry logs, we build 4 more pillars. We join them all up at the top, once again with the cherry logs. Once again, we're using calcite for the walls. We leave a 2-block gap at the top, and we fill those in with diorite stairs to make a very small window on either side. In front of that wall, we lay down some more calcite. In between, we lay a block of calcite, a cherry fence, cherry stairs, and finally, another block of calcite at the top. I worked through the night to repeat the process 3 more times for each wall, and this is what happened when the sun came up. Look, I could hear zombies making a racket all through the night, but I had no idea that they were having a party inside my house. Look at these bloody idiots coming out of the house drunk from the night before. Any more of you wankers in here? No leftovers, no one's asleep in the corner, that's good. Alright, let's get back to work. Oh, apparently not. Just get rid of the last of the riff-raff so we can get back to work. Once I cleaned up the remnants of the party that went on the night before, it was time to have a look at our progress so far. Next, it's time to build a roof out of crimson planks and crimson slabs. We simply go around the edge of the building, moving all the way around until we've done 2 laps. Then we move inward and lay some slabs on top of those planks. In the corner, we lay 3 planks, then we skip a block and we fill in the rest with planks once again. We fill in those gaps with polished deep slate. and have a quick squiz at the progress that we made on the roof. Of course, the first thing I noticed, there's a bloody arrow sticking out of my roof. Obviously, I'm not too bloody happy about it, so I went downstairs to find out who did it. This guy didn't do it, he's got no bow, but he gets slapped for looking at me funny. Same with his mate. I make my way around the back of the building, and I think I've found our culprit, and his entire bloody family. I see what you bloody done here. You and your mates, you've set me up here. I don't want to deal with all these dickheads right now. I'm going to slap a few of them and be on my way, I think. We are here to build a house after all, and these guys can get slapped at a later date, I think. Alright, moving on. And it's time to add the trimmings to the roof. We're going to be using polished deep slate stairs and slabs. Really simple, but really effective. When building these Japanese roofs, you've got to curl up the corners for that effect. You're only using 2 stairs, one upside down, one regular. You join the bottom one to the slabs, which is what we're doing now. We're running the slabs along the length of the roof. And on the other one, you can see right here, you can build up 2 slabs at a time until you get that curling effect at the corner. Just get rid of this guy real quick. I don't want to be falling off this roof while I do this. And as you can see, we've built up each of the corners, and when we get to this view, you can see the effect that it has by curling up the edges. Obviously, Stevler knows what he's doing. He's used an extremely effective technique when designing this house. He's done a really good job. It looks really good. That looks like Frankenstein. It was Frankenstein. Back on the roof, we're going to fill in this section with crimson planks and crimson stairs. Then we're going to follow what we've already done with deep slate. So we're going to use deep slate slabs, follow what we've done by using the slabs, and then we'll put a stair next to the stair, etc. until we get to the top. Then an upside down stair, another stair on either side. On top of that, we'll put a slab, and we'll be left with these little alcoves. We'll fill in these little gaps here with crimson slabs. From underneath, we're going to replace the crimson planks with crimson slabs. Then we'll add a chain and a lantern to each of the corners. Alright, back inside the top room now, we're going to add some pillars with stripped cherry logs. We're going to make 4 of these pillars, and we're going to put ladders on 2 of them. This is going to be our bedroom. Then on top, we're going to fill in the roof once again with cherry slabs. We'll fill in the whole area except for 2 gaps, which we'll use for the ladders. The weather's still crap, but we're going to keep going. Time to build some more pillars. This will be our final room, which will be kind of a reading room, or since we're building a starter base, it would be an excellent enchantment room. As you can see, we've got a couple of pillars and some calcite for the walls. Let's add some at the top, then some upside down cherry stairs, 1 above the door and 2 at the top. And there's a cherry door, which will lead out into the balcony. We'll add more cherry stairs to the top of the walls, and then add cherry trapdoors in between each one. We'll add some crimson fence to each end, and some cherry fence in the 2 windows. Let's lay down some cherry slabs so we don't fall down and break our necks. That would be a bad day. Add some buttons to the end of these logs. Time to build some railing for the balcony. We're going to be using diorite walls and cherry fence gates. And here's a look at all our hard work, all finished. 1 down, 3 to go. I really should have waited for the weather to clear up, but what can I say? I'm just a bloody idiot. When I got downstairs, I noticed I had a little bit of a spider problem. Bloody things are getting in everything. Look at the little buggers, they didn't want to come out. They usually jump on you, but these guys, no. Oh, they're bloody happy there. Mate, you're not welcome here either. These spiders, so many spiders all of a sudden. What the hell's going on? Before we get back to the video, I just thought I'd share this. It doesn't happen very often, so I thought I'd share it. And then this happened a few seconds later. If you want to see what happened, I'll throw this at the end of the video just for anybody who might be interested in seeing me fail miserably. Let's get back to the video. So we're back and we've built another wall. The only difference between this wall and the one we've just built is there's no door. We've got 3 windows this time, and that's it. Everything else is identical, which which is why we can fast forward to the end of the day where I've just finished all 4 walls. Here's how it looks. So with that all done, let's build the roof. The next morning I'm up bright and early. I want to get this roof done. Once again, we're using polished deep slate slabs. Just like we did on the previous floor, we're building up the corners exactly the same way. Then we work in some crimson slabs. They'll run on top of the cherry stairs and the trapdoors. The next layer in, we add crimson planks in the center and polished deep slate on the corners. Then we add polished deep slate stairs. We build them up exactly the same way as we have done previously, except the only difference is when we get to the top, we don't put a slab, we put another stair, which is going to look just like this. This crimson plank is just a placeholder block so we can place the cherry trapdoors 3 in a row. Let's get rid of that placeholder and we'll close the trapdoors. Then we want to bring in the crimson stairs to finish off the roof. Polished deep slate slabs on the top to finish it all off. And there's our roof, all done. And looking really good as well. What a great design. Once again, chain and lanterns in each of the corners. And of course, dickheads trying to get in. Let's whack a bell in the entrance. Then we'll make some torches out of crimson fence and lanterns. That night I ran into this buffhead. Mate, what are you reading? What are you reading? What are you reading? What are you reading? Ah, bugger. The next morning there were some delinquents hanging around, so one by one they all got slapped. Until it was time to start the interior. Hold up, quick flex. Alright, now we can start the interior. Right by the entrance we add a couple of composters and some oak leaves. We'll build up a pile of amethyst here in the corner. I have no idea why. Whack a pot and a lily of the valley in there. Why am I digging up my floor, you ask? Well, I'll tell you, I have to get the right angle. First I start with a placeholder block, then I place the lightning rod onto that placeholder. That way it's been placed upside down. Place another lightning rod on top of that one, add some lanterns on top, and we've got a really nice candle holder. Fix the floor, build another 3, and look at this awesome outdoor area already. Okay, be honest now. Let me know in the comments if you know what a honey block is. Here's one right here. This is a honey block. I had no idea that a honey block even existed, but here it is, and it kind of looks like yellow slime, I guess. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Let's throw some stuff in the corner and hope that it looks good. It sure doesn't look bad, that's for sure. And we'll spread some more campfires around the place and we'll put them out because we don't want to start a fire. Let's put some beehives on top of scaffolding, see what it looks like. Campfire in the middle, and yeah, it looks like something. It looks like it could be something anyway. I guess that's what decorating's all about, right? 3 big pots against the wall, yep, that'll work. And then we'll move down into the basement. We'll make this first room an enchanting room. That's all the bookshelves I've got at the moment. We'll add some more later. It'd be pretty crap if we couldn't enchant anything, so there's the enchantment table. Light the place up with a couple of lanterns in the corners. That's better. Couple of chests, and we'll throw a couple of amethyst clusters here and there. A lantern at the back. Let's add some pink carpet. And finally we'll put up a couple of Japanese banners. If you want to make these banners, I'll leave a link in the description. They're not hard to make, there's just a whole bunch of steps to get there. The next morning I ran into this creeper who fell backwards. After having a bite to eat, I tried out one of those trick-or-treat bags and I got another god apple. Alright, we're back in the basement, and this time we're going to add a barrel and we'll whack a pot on it and then an azalea plant in the pot. I found the rest of my bookshelves, so I filled up the enchantment room with them. Put that lantern back where it belongs and the amethyst clusters, and that's more like it. Much better. We're going to put 4 cauldrons in the other room. We'll fill those with water and then put some soul sand in between and plant some netherwort. We're going to be needing a crap ton of the stuff. I wish I could say what you're about to watch I did for comedic effect, but truth is, it really happened. Back to the basement, we add 3 cherry trapdoors to the soul sand and we close them up. I light up the corridor and the room with lanterns. Then we add a barrel to the corner, followed by an upside down cherry stair and a couple of slabs to make a table. We need something to go on the table, might as well be a couple of brewing stands. Then we make a small cage out of crimson trapdoors. The only eggs I have are chicken eggs, so let's throw a couple of chickens in there. We decorate the wall with item frames. We'll whack in a watermelon, some bread and a carrot. Look, why not? Now I'm bloody hungry. We'll throw a decorated pot in this corner and a campfire over here. That takes care of the basement. Let's head upstairs to the main building. Let's start with the left-hand side of the building and we'll make ourselves a little couch out of really comfortable oak stairs. We'll whack a couple of oak trapdoors on the sides to make it seem more realistic. It's still going to be bloody uncomfortable though. We'll add some pink carpet to take away from the fact that we're sitting on wood. Remember those awesome candle stands we made earlier? We make 4 more up here. I try not to burn the place down as I light them. The house is still standing, so obviously that was successful. Then I make another 2. Whack another big pot in the corner and a little pot and some cherry saplings. Above those we throw up a polished diorite slab and then a lantern on top of that. Then some of these cool Japanese banners that we made earlier. The link is in the description if you'd like to make them yourself. And why stop at 2 when we could have 4? Let's find a nice safe place for this stone cutter. Let's put a grindstone on top of it just to avoid a nasty accident from happening. Right next to that we'll make a little table out of polished diorite stairs. And then we'll make a table next to that table. We'll put a crafting table in one table, a smoker in the middle, and then a smithing table in the other table. Over on the wall here, we'll climb up the wall and drop a blast furnace underneath, right next to a cauldron. Then we'll put a pot on the furnace, then another one in the corner, a flowering azalea in the first pot, and a blue orchid in the second. We'll whack another pot on this end, and we'll pop a lily in that one. Directly above those, we'll put some more diorite slabs up here. We'll fill it out with a chest on either corner, then a brewing stand on either side, and then a couple of lanterns in the middle. First we'll knock out this block, then we'll run stone brick walls from top to bottom for a chimney. Then we'll slap an item frame on either side, and then I'll forget to put something in them. Moving into the storage room, we'll knock out this block here and replace it with a shroom light. We'll do the same on the other side. Then we'll add cherry trapdoors and start adding chests. Lots and lots and lots of chests until it finally looks like this. Like I said, storage room. Need some more storage? Here's a bloody barrel. Let's stick a pot and a flower on that one and a barrel for the other side and another pot and another flower for that one. Over those we're going to place a diorite wall and a lantern to give the place a little light. Storage room done. With the exception of a couple of item frames, that'll take care of this level. Time to move upstairs. I brought the bed with me since this will be the bedroom after all. We'll place it dead smack in the middle and pop some carpet on either side. We'll make a bed head out of a couple of upside down stairs and whack a cherry log in between. And a shroom light behind that. I think it was some other type of light source, but I don't have it, so we're using shroom lights. We'll pop a trapdoor up here and an amethyst cluster on top of that. Let's add a couple of trapdoors at the bottom of these logs, as well as 2 more of these kick-ass banners. We need to be ready to impress the ladies when they come over, so how about some candles for some mood lighting? A little joke there, the likelihood of a female visitor is very slim. Closer to none actually. Moving on. Let's add a chest to each side, and on top of that we'll add a slab. We'll finish off this wall with a couple of lanterns. Stand back and enjoy our handiwork for a moment before we head back to our old base. You see, I need some armor. I haven't decided what armor yet. I'm liking the look of gold. What do you reckon? It feels like a gold kind of a day, so we grab a chest plate and a helmet and get back to our new starter base. Let's place an armor stand in this little cove and we'll whack our armor on that. Above that we'll throw up a trapdoor, a pot and a cornflower. Alright, this room is looking really good. Let's make another little table out of polished diorite stairs, and in the middle we'll throw a slab. We'll add a few more candles to this side as well, and a cherry sapling in the pot. Another trapdoor above the shroom light, upside down stairs on either side once again. You guessed it, another couple of chests, slabs, and of course the lanterns. Let's add another 2 of these awesome banners. On the trapdoor we put a pot and a daisy. There we go. Let's just take out the bottom rungs of the ladder. We won't be needing them, and we're going to replace those with cherry trapdoors. You never know when you'll need a bell, so let's put one up here. We don't want to be banging our heads on it, so we better stick a trapdoor up there just to be safe. Safety first, guys, safety first. And that'll just about do it. Let's get up to the final room. Alright, we made it to the final room. Let's start by making another little table with polished diorite stairs, and we'll put some lecterns in between those. Then we'll put another stair right here, and that'll be a seat, a pot and a tulip, and some more candles on the other side. That looks good. We'll put a couple of slabs in the corners and light them up with lanterns. I've still got a couple of banners left over, we may as well use them. We just spread some carpet around the place to make it a little bit more homely. And we've made it, that's the interior finished. We'll just do a spot of gardening before we call it a day. Well, I can't do any gardening now, there's too many dickheads running around. So sorry mate, but you're getting slapped. You too, you bony bastard. Stop shooting me with your bloody arrows. Don't think for 1 second you ain't getting slapped. Oh look, here comes Karen. You got slapped, Karen. You got slapped. Sorry, Frank, but everyone's getting slapped. The next morning, I awoke to this beautiful rainbow. So before we do our gardening, I just thought we'd sit back and enjoy it for a minute. Yeah, that's enough. Let's get to work. I start by digging out a bit of space just around the front of the building, which I then fill with water to make small ponds. I make 2 or 3 small ones and then some larger ones by the entrance. We bone meal all the water and everything around it, all the grass, we bone meal everything. We're bone mealing it all, the whole place. Then on the entrance we'll put a couple of pots, some bamboo and some oak leaves to make a couple of small trees for the entrance. 2 more lanterns. I plant some more bamboo around the place. Get rid of this creeper and his mate. The next morning I plant some more bamboo. I put some string just above it so it doesn't grow any higher, as well as some sugarcane and some azalea plants. I also add some drip leaves and some flowering azaleas, and there we have it. There's our Japanese cherry blossom starter base. Let's have a quick look around the place. Here's our outside area, everything looks good. Into the basement we go, it's all nice and light now. A good spot for enchanting and also a good spot for, we'll just quickly harvest this netherwort. I've got a big upcoming project which you'll see very shortly. I'm going to need a ton of netherwort, so that'll come in handy. Let's head upstairs into the main room. Here's our little living room with our uncomfortable chairs. What a lovely looking room though. Our smelting area. Oh, that's right. I do remember to put something in there. Some gold and iron ingots. That looks much better. Now we know what to smelt. Good amount of storage, lots and lots of storage. Let's go up into the boudoir. There it is, one of the nicest bedrooms I've ever built. I wish I could say I designed the bloody thing, but I can't. I did build it, that's got to count for something, right? And finally up to the very top in our little reading room. Let's call it a reading room. And there we have it. Here's our balcony where we can shoot our mobs. We can't fall off the edge. We can set our balcony on fire though. I don't know what I'm bloody thinking there. That's a little flex. That was a good shot. Come on, Rick, you can do this later. Don't waste people's time with it now. So, some final thoughts on the build. This is one of the most fun builds I've ever done. No joke. Stevler absolutely killed it with this build. Hey, now you can see this build and compare it to the other one. Which roof should I go for? Should I go for the crimson roof or should I go for the cherry blossom roof? Let me know in the comments what you prefer, because I'm going to go one or the other, guys. One of these roofs is getting torn up and replaced with the other, so you guys got to let me know which way I should go. I kind of like both of them, so I'm completely undecided. I don't know what the hell to do. Anyway, this build was so much fun. Stevler is an absolute legend, and so are you. You've made it this far, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. I can't say how much I appreciate that you've made it to the end. If you like what you see, give the video a like. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button and always hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Guys, if you made it this far, you are indeed a legend. See ya! The secret word for this video is cherry. You'll need that.
Yeah.